Alrighty, let's get started. Works. Cool. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's get stuck in. Alright, can't hear a thing. We'll be dropping this stream immediately if my kids wake up, because that's just the way it is. Solo parenting and all that. Alright, so I'm going to fix up the visualizations for all of this stuff, this shot type. So what I did originally is I deferred it all for a finalize animation sort of ability, and what I'm going to try and do is get rid of that as the way to do visualizations and instead do each step, as it were, and do the necessary things for each step. So I've got a ability which is the initial shot, followed by potential burst shots, which will just have damage effects applied on them, and then finally the finalization of the animation will be the cancelling of the camera, and cancelling of the camera and re-entering cover. And I think other than that, from there we'll just have to figure out how to fast forward between these effects. So we'll figure out how things look once we get to that point. Alrighty. So just grab this whole function. Alright, visualize first shot. Now, I've got a bunch of stuff here that we're not going to need, but we'll get to that. So we're not going to iterate over everything. We're instead just going to take it as it lies. The current one that we've got is the only one that's important. CineScript will start on this one, and that's fine. We will exit cover and we will fire on this one, and that will be based on the game state context. Context, I believe, is the right object. Yep. So is result context hit is what I'm after here. And then we have something happen with the target. First state coming up, and I'm just going to pull up in another window the old the typical visualization, just so I can get things right on that front, because I'm going to be changing back to how that would do things. What do we got here? What are we after? We're after X2 ability, I think. Typical. Build visualization. All right. Alright, so what are we doing here? So the fire action. No, we don't. We want target. Visualize game state history index. That's what we want. We can just use the straight up history object instead of doing explicitly like we were doing it. Don't have to do that anymore, so we should be able to just pull it in. Just keep target track going. If I'm not mistaken, ability context, yes, is actually the ability input context. Good. Let's kill all this. Oh, wait, hang on. Target track. Yep, target track is what we want to change. Target state object is what we're working off of, which we've already got as a primary target. Right, and instead of iterating shot contexts, we're not going to apply any of these effects at all. Instead, what we're going to do is assume that we've got that shot ability already. In fact, we're on that shot ability. So it's whatever one we're rolling on right now. Ability state, but we're not getting the ability template, so will that work, will it? Alright then, that makes sense. So you just pop those off the tracks once you're done. I guess that's true, but the moment it gets more complex, I'm gonna have to change from that call anyway. That is how rapid fire works, so that is true. Let me take a look at rapid fire. What am I looking at? Ranger ability set. Fine. Let's just copy this for the moment. We'll make it work. We'll just accept that as it is. Yeah, right, okay. So follow shot. Yeah, follow shot is in the chain. If any shots are in the chain other than this one, then we want to kick it out. However, for this one, we don't want to test ability context. We're instead just going to assume that we want to oh yeah, I totally get that. Helper functions that do come in handy, but I got to know what I'm writing before I can write proper event helper functions. Unfortunately, that's not where I'm at right now. Let's clear that out. So the interesting thing about this is we could probably take rapid fire 2 as well, but instead we're removing exit cover actions, which is fine. Removing exit and enter cover. And then we just use the finalize animation ability just to do the rest in terms of exiting cover. That'll work, I guess. Start with that. And then we'll figure out how to kick things along. Alright, so all we're doing here is we're iterating over the lot and just cleaning out what doesn't need to be there. That makes sense. And just do none checks on them. So the final one is essentially just going to be the exit camera. Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. I just want to I want to try this one just to begin with, and then I'll probably then I will get rid of the animate ability. I just want to sort of see how it looks. Yeah, it would be nice to get rid of the animation ability because obviously it's superfluous, but I'm at this point where I just need to figure everything out first, and I don't know this quite as well as you do, as I'm sure you're aware, having watched. Yeah. So I'm happy just to sort of muddle along for a little bit longer and get a handle on it. Right, go away. Alright, so all the shots are built like rapid fire. Everything else is like this. So we're going to go back to lots of shots that don't need to show. And then we're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to resolve that. Because we'll probably be looking at the target track, trying to find the target track, and then visualizations, track index. Yeah, this is interesting. So I want to get rid of the weights in this one, I think. Because I really want just one hit. The single shot will hit, then I don't want the fire action in this one. So X2 fire action. I want to strip the fire action and see if I can get away with that. I'll just start with it abridged. Got a whole lot of variables I don't need anymore. I can delete all these. Alright. Okay, so we'll end up with a hail of gunfire from this one. We might as well start the build. Alright, so I might just pull up Discord and find you a little bit of code for pushing things along that you tried with what's it called? With rapid fire. And you'll permit next visualization block to run. Okay, cool. So all I do is just drop that in there. Okay. Oh, it didn't crash. How interesting. Okay, we'll have a look at what that looks like, and meanwhile, I'm going to drop in our function. What's our function? Sorry, our action. Small unit tactics, source, small unit tactics, classes, small unit tactics, x2, action, manual permit, next visualization block to run. .uc. Noise is off. Good eye. Sorry, just checking. Alright, just gonna grab a quick drink while this is loading. Oh my, why is this taking so long? There we go. And just check I haven't made a horrible mistake and get surprised. Add expression cancel, add follow shot build visualization. Okay, that's all there. Oh. Alright, we're straight into it. Alright, burst shot, bang. That's interesting. Where'd the exit color come from? Remove camera called for null camera. So I didn't get the cinema scripts on some of the follow shots by the looks of it. Alright, X2. Alright, shoot. There's enter cover in there for some reason. That didn't get pulled out. There's all the movement. That's all good. Okay. Let's just take a snapshot and see how that one plays out. Shoot. It's waiting for SUT finalize animation to come in. Steps in, cancels camera. Okay. So that one was sort of all good, but there was an extra remove camera for some reason. Alright, one more burst fire. Terrible. Okie dokie. So, we forgot to deal with the Cinescript camera. This much we know. The follow shot. Exit cover action, enter cover action needs to be removed as well. Cover action, and we need to nix the end Cinescript camera as well. going under the assumption that we're not removing it. There's a whole lot of things going on. Terrifying? Why? I've done a bunch of other stuff you may have noticed, but I'm still playing around with it. I'm trying to work towards this sort of state where I can start playtesting what my idea is, but it's going to take a little while to get there. Why to do that, hey? It's going to look so much nicer if you do that, guys. Enter cover action. Alright. So now that we've done that, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, we'll see what that looks like before we try to incorporate our manual permit next visualization block to run thingamajig. There you are, okay. And start debugging. Alright, I'll be right back. Just gonna check on the little ones. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's quickly do a line of sight boost. See what's around. Alright, there they are. So this is this experiment I'm doing where you can burn a turn and just look out, and that'll give the unit that does it a big sight boost. But in addition to balancing against that, now the detection radius is comparable to sight radius. what it'll probably do eventually is like that kind of sight radius will actually be based on having binoculars or some stuff like that. The idea being that it's a little harder to do, make it a little harder to do ambushes and that kind of thing. Instead, put some focus on actually gathering some information and trying to figure out what your approach is rather than just rushing in headlong. The benefit being, of course, is like maybe you can then start to do activate all pods sort of mechanics. Alright, there's them, the little guy, the other little forces over here somewhere, and we're taking on these guys. But all that said, we're just gonna run this and see what happens. So debug visualizers, slow mo. Let's take some shots. So they're gonna wake up before she goes back into her. Good shot. Oh, I thought I removed the camera. Why is it complaining about that? That was some good burst fire right there. Alright, this one will probably miss now, which is good. Why are there 2 damage applications there? There's 3. And 4, but there's only meant to be 4 shots. So there's too many of the ability being triggered by the looks of it. Alright, let's see how snapshot goes. 1, shoot. Alright, for some reason there's more than one. If I slow it right down, I think on the track there's more than one application of the weapon damage. So let's just have a look at that. Alright, shoot. Apply weapon damage to unit, apply weapon damage to unit, waiting to start, both of them. So for some reason that's coming in twice. Fire. And cinema script camera is still on burst shot for some reason. So we should be removing that as well. So we've got to look at why that's still there. Because there's the end of the CineScript camera. It's executing the apply weapon damage now. Yeah, okay. To apply weapon damages to units. And then if we look at the burst follow shot, we've got 2 wait for ability effect. We've only got a single one there. Alright, so we're in the next burst shot. Oh no, we're not on the next burst shot. It's still, yeah, the second apply weapon damage. So I reckon that's probably a game state issue. Okay, now we're on the next block. So we've got a start CineScript camera that's making it into there, which we don't want. We've got a track actor, none. Apply weapon damage to terrain. We've got a CineScript camera starting again on this follow shot, which it shouldn't. the start Cinescript camera down on finalize animation, which shouldn't be there. And we've got 2 and Cinescript cameras as well. Alright, got to deal with all that. It's very informative when you slow everything down, really. Alright, so we've got to figure out what the hell's going on here. So we're having 2 weapon applications inside the first shot. Got the ammo cost, that's cool. Got the application of weapon damage. Simple single target. Now, why would there be 2 applications of damage? We've got a suppression effect, got the standard aim, firing camera. Standard shot activated. No, I removed the check. The testability context. It doesn't test for those. So I'm pretty certain that should just run whenever. It's not sort of if guarded anymore. But I don't even need to do this. I don't even need to check for this context. In fact, that's probably part of the reason why it's doing it, because it's checking the whole event chain. Event chain start index. Is that a thing? Oh, maybe it's in there. Okay. Right. Ability context. I wonder how that works. The whole concept of an event chain. There's no shred on it, so I'm not sure where that damage is coming from. Anyway, we do want to, on the context we're living on, so we could actually go all the way back to that, I believe. Cut that down. Oh, is this right? So I don't even need to add my own weapon damage effects. That's odd. I thought standard shot used it. Let me double check that, because I was quite certain that X2 ability weapon common makes use of it. But I am proven wrong. I must have checked rapid fire maybe and pulled it from that and then didn't realise. I don't know, even that does. I don't know. Oh well, I'm wrong. So we have a target effect of weapon upgrade miss damage. Yeah, which we don't have, I believe. Weapon upgrade. Okay, cool. So we can add that into the follow shots as well. Right, okay. So we can put a hollow target on the first one. Oops. So I only want hollow applied once, but I will apply the shredded damage effect each time. So that means I can remove this guy. Okay, yep, because the associated passive is that. Shredder damage effect. Okay. Right, what else? Alright, so we don't have that if statement going in, so we shouldn't have all these excesses. Because now we're removing enter cover and enter cinema script just by default. Yeah, get the track index based on the source object ID. Okay. Right, and we want to use follow shot. Yeah, they're using exactly the same approach. Yeah, right. I'll worry about that later. I want to just get the baseline working first. But why would you need to jump into the editor to do this? Can't do it in code? Alright, let's see if this visualizes a bit better now. Screen. Yes, I am. Alright, so hopefully the visualization as a sequence works alright here. If it does, then the next thing would be to potentially remove secondary fires. Although what we will eventually look at doing is, I guess, having a visualization that uses that uses an animation that's completely broken up. So if we just want the extra bursts, then I mean the only problem with that is it's really awkward because most of the time, especially like the cannon fire and stuff like that, it's not going to do to like cut it up into like each individual shot. Like you're just going to have 3 different shot profiles. Alright, anyway, kick them off. I like this. This is the way it should be. None of this sneaking about business. Got him. Alright. Alright, let's burst. 1, 2. Drops to the knees. Okay. I didn't even properly pay attention to that. How many shots were there? There were 3 shots. How many damage applications? Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1 damage application there. I wonder why the CineScript camera ends up off. Yeah, I figured that. So your thing that passes things along to the next track forces the next track to come up. We'll probably deal with that, yeah? Things still don't seem right in terms of entering, exiting, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to look into this. Alrighty, I'm getting there. Alright, so, see Daisy. Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what's going on there. Because end CineScript camera is meant to be pulled out. I'm gonna have another look at the visualization blocks after this is done, because I feel like, yeah, something's going on there. Right, so we want to crack on. So after all this, we want out visualization tracks, track index, track actions, add item, and we want to chuck in our new, this guy, small unit tactics. chuck him on the end of, where is it? I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. I'm jumping around too much. Alright, event listener, follow shot, no, other visualization, there it is. Okay. Alright, so out visualization tracks, track index. We want it to be based on this context here, right here, which is good. And we want that to actually be small unit tactics, X2 action, manual, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. And we want to add that to the end of follow shots as well. What we might end up doing is removing all the fire actions from the subsequent shots, but we'll see what happens there. I'm going to be charging this. I made a mistake. Not allowed to pass the dynamic array element as the value for an out parameter. Okay. How do I get that out? Visualization track. Thank you for this, by the way. Okie dokie, I'll just do it. If you say so. I struggled to read it in the chat. Let's see what it looks like in this context. We coerce it, which is good. We give a context. Without visualization, tracks, track actor. Okay, so we're allowed to do it like that. Okay. Works, it works. Rightio. Oh, right. Yeah, I made a mistake. Small unit tactics. Like that. I am realizing this. No, build again. Oh, what did I miss? 191. Oops. Nearly 11 o'clock. Alright, so what are we looking for? We're going to slow-mo it and look at everything that's going in on those blocks. See what's going on. Okay. Oh, missed that one. Alright, slow-mo. Alright, let's 13:31. Alright, let's take a shot. Oh, there's 2 apply weapon damage to units. Oh, that might be some other stuff. Okay, exit cover. Start X2A. There's an end cinema script camera that still made it through. Where did my slow-mo go? The manual permit next. Hey. It looks like it's stuffing stuff on the end of the track after it comes out of my visualization. That is contained slow-mo track, which is sampled by the CinemaScript camera. Okay. So if I turn that off, then maybe it doesn't show. Well, it looks pretty damn good other than the red screen. Ah, I see. Alright. Might need to capture it with something high res so that I can just scroll through it. That'll probably be what I'll do at a certain point. Alright, anyway, let's try a couple more because for some reason there's an extra CineScript removal. Alright, someone else. Alright, you're going to jump out of cover and lay down fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. And that's actually like, I want automatic fire to be able to do that. I think it'd be cool if like just bad cover and stuff like that is sort of vulnerable to automatic fire, just bursting it down. Alright, gonna get wrecked. Just gotta check the killing stuff, I guess, works. Yeah, that's interesting. I might play those Shadowrun games. There might be some interesting ideas to pull from that. I'm kind of thinking like what kind of ideas I can get out of Darkest Dungeon as well in terms of squad management and that kind of thing. Don't shoot at my own. Alright, shoot at this guy. Alright. Of course you're gonna miss. Oh, that looks ludicrous. Oh hell, I could kill my own, that'd work. I just want something to die. I gotta make a clip of that. That's hilarious. Shoot left, shoot right, shoot left. Alright, both of you get up close to this guy and shoot him a bunch. Please. Okay, death sort of worked. Righto. Alright. What is it? 11 o'clock. Alright, so tomorrow we'll look at removing the extra fire actions to see if we can just make those damage behaviors work well. Yeah. And then after that, I'm going to look to start working with other weapons in their balance. So I'll probably need to up the squad count. I want to start playtesting as I'm developing it because I want to sort of explore the idea of this, get the AI figuring some stuff out. And I also want to have cooking grenades as a concept rather than having it be a single explosion. So what I plan to do with them is just test out the idea I've sort of talked about in some of my documents of throwing a grenade, having a one-turn cooldown. So I'm going to essentially look at how the Codex ability works and work with that. So that single point hit, grenades flashing on the ground and then it explodes the turn after. And then the other ability will be the ability to cook that grenade. So the unit cooks the grenade, holds onto it, and then they're able to throw it the subsequent turn. Yeah, so we'll see how that sort of plays out. Hopefully that should allow me to sort of really buff grenades and give them a lot more sort of utility as an area coverage thing rather than as a apply damage to forehead sort of weapon, which is their exact existence right now, although their damage isn't remotely scaled to the new HP scale, so we'll have to work with that anyway. Yeah, thanks for your help, Robo, much appreciated. Let's try and kill this XCOM guy. After watching the Fury movie, I so want a good game that sort of simulates being in a tank crew. I think it'd be really interesting. Alright, no one's hitting anything today. And I guess this is the risk of having like automatic fire, burst fire, and all that sort of thing. Like I want like cover to be a little more effective, and I want flanks to be more decisive. Yeah, that'd be cool, Elad V. A VR game. It could totally work because everyone's in a sat position. It's it's one of those ones that would make a whole heap of sense. Um, like everyone with voice communication at the same time, actually put some detail in it so everyone has stuff to do in it. It'd be great. I mean, great as it, like the horrors of war can be, but it'd be like you could make a really immersive experience out of it. I reckon. Um, I'll put these fixes on GitHub for you right now. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Anyway. Rework shot visualizations to work more like what's the word? All right. All right, Robo Jumper. That's up if you want to have a play with it. That's going to be me for tonight. I'm going to chill out, maybe play some Darkest Dungeon because that's just a barrel of sunshine. And I might try and make this, might try and do an hour and a half every night while I've got the kids because I'm not going to get anything sort of meaningful done and stuff like that beyond that. But I think an hour and a half pushing every night will be good for the next 2 weeks. Alright guys, take it easy. See you around.